There are new questions about two women who say they were stranded on a sailboat for months in the Pacific Ocean. Video shows the dramatic moment when a Navy ship rescued Jennifer Appel and Tasha Fuiava last week. The Coast Guard says the two had an emergency beacon on board, but they never turned it on. Vladimir Duthiers of our streaming network CBSN is here with the details this morning don't seem to add up. Vlad, good morning.
Good morning. The boaters say they were on a journey from Hawaii to Tahiti when they began suffering one problem after another. Now, the details of their story are raising questions.
Jennifer Appel and Tasha Fuiava were overwhelmed with joy when the U.S. Navy saved them last week. They say they'd been floating helplessly in the ocean for months, desperate to be rescued.
We had tears going down our eyes, and we're like, okay, they see us, they see us.
But the sailors are under new scrutiny, as the investigation is turning up unusual details. The U.S. Coast Guard says the pair had an emergency position indicating radio beacon, or EPIRB, on board. It's a device that communicates with satellites to send a boat's location to emergency responders. An EPIRB works when a boater manually switches it on, or when it's submerged in water.
If something were to go down and, for instance, you lost whatever emergency gear you did have, you have a life jacket that's on, and usually they have the EPIRB inside or some kind of strobe so that we know where to find you.
The Coast Guard says EPIRBs save lives. It did here in March 2016 when crews saved two fishermen whose boat sank off the Florida coast. But it didn't help Jennifer and Tasha because their beacon wasn't activated. The women claim they suffered crisis after slamming into near hurricane-force winds. They say part of their mast broke, their engine flooded, and their communication system failed them. Coast Guard Petty Officer Tara Mall said, "We asked why during this course of time they did not activate the EPIRB." Appel had stated they never felt like they were truly in distress, like in a 24-hour period they were going to die. But in front of the crew of the USS Ashland, Appel said the opposite.
Had they not been able to locate us, we would have been dead within 24 hours.
Appel now says in retrospect there were two instances where she should have used the EPIRB. The Coast Guard is investigating the circumstances surrounding this incident, but says there is no criminal investigation underway right now. CBS News reached out to both women, and we have yet to hear back from them.
I don't want to doubt this story, Vlad. I was so happy the dogs are happy,
Gayle.
the women survived, and now everybody's going,
There are some questions.
Okay. Oh. Bummer. Thank you, Vlad. Thank you.